about some Levi Hillier fans? He's just a very likable young man. It would be easy to think, oh yeah, punk kid, 16 years of age, lives a mile and a half down the road, but he's a very, very nice young man. Skagit, how about the noise for Darren from Owasso, Oklahoma.
Here's the thing you worry about when you've seen it trying to stop and descent. Hit them. Has already advanced from 8 to no worse than 5. Holt is those starting Tanner is chosen inside. Into the show, he can from the top or the bottom.
So who do you think, folks? How about the noise for Tanner Holmes? What about Darren Pittman fans? Mano a mano, J-Lo.
All right, Tanner Holmes, James McFadden, Thursday night's winner. All the Tanner used to drive as well.
This is James' bread and butter. This kind of format for him. So good. So, have we got any James McFadden fans here at Skagit? The scales lean slightly towards Tanner.
Maybe. They're both fantastic racers.
Put your hands in the face for James McFadden. The house of motorsports number 21. He was back on the infield.
Washington driving car number 78C. This is Justin Westergaard. Starting 20th. Out of Everett, Washington, driving car number 58, J.D. Lewis. From 19th, out of Cedro, Woolley, Washington, car 37B, Andrew Pritchard. From 18th, driving car number 17, out of Burlington, Washington, Kyle Hansen. Starting 17th, out of Mukilteo, Washington, driver of the 21C, it's Dale Krieger. Outside row number 8, starting in the 16th position. From Oak Harbor, Washington, car number 16, Alex Pacheco. Inside row number 8. Making his own in Bow, Washington, it's car number 29, Brandon Turner. Starting 14th, out of Burlington, Washington, driver of car 18, Ayuka Cookie Carlson. From the inside of row number 7, making his own Mont Lake, Washington, driving the 19C, Dalton Christmas. Washington. Driver of car number 9, Riley Deaver. Inside row 6, out of Bothell, Washington. Driver of car number 21, it is Todd Hartman. Top 10, starting 10, out of Bothell, Washington. Car number 50, Chad Kincaid. From Linden, Washington, starting in position number 9, driver of the 3T, Tyler Luce. Starting 8th, the car is a former Dirt Cup champion out of Bellingham, Washington. In number 71, Jonathan Jorgensen. Justin. Driving car number 19, this is Brad Marks. Full 26. From Grass Valley, California. coming about. The disconnect with the fueling for Levi Flat. Then the pill came out for Levi Flat. So looking for another pill, Flat's car. Look at that. The new pill is found. Put the hood back on and new pill back in the fueling system. And that front up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as that happens, this group of drivers is going to give you the most awesome sight for motorsports. We need you to rise to your feet. I need you to make enough noise to get the 900 horsepower power of the motors. Ladies and gentlemen, the salute to the fans at the 54th Jim Baker Memorial Dirt Cup. Lights are out around Skagit Speedway. For over $100,000 to win, Matt Sweet and Brett Marks lead up into corner number 3. And out. Change to the right rear shock over the stud. It broke off the right rear shock now. They got a new right rear shock for straight start. Now, when they put it on, will be the question. It's going to be a front nose wing change for DJ Netto. Head on a swivel. Push around and come to you. Get me on your right.
working on disconnecting the old one's off. New one's going on. Mechanic forces. Go back to 55 at trade starts. Continuing to work on that right rear. Now remember, that right rear shock stud broke off the top. It's currently still into it. So they can find a way. They got a new shock over here. They needed that on the tray. Yeah, they're drilling into where that bullet would go to see if they can get that out. They'll send it going back in.
Camera 22 plate work for the shooter. On the last pass, nice at the moment. And they lost down their own right as well. Neto, those leak repairs just about done. Torch, you gotta push some behind the
Neto pushes and Torch pushes.
It's worth here. Line up, let's go in order to push out the distance. Horses is back to the back. 3 spots.
So that happens, guys. Justin executed. They're having a whole new front end block on the 26th.
Starts with the fire. That's pitching wildly off of 4 versus stop seat 3.
Max has had a great season. He's really beat as of late. Picked up his first sprint car win about a month ago. And is knocked down his top 10, start king of the West.
He has been qualifying like a monster here lately.
Right, here's the instant replay. Big stick moves in the house. Brad Sweet. Contact with Tyler Thompson there.
Well, open red conditions is there's very few guys on the planet better than Paul Silva. So picks need to be made on the W. They've got an opportunity here.
That's going to be something to keep an eye on. They go to that right rear. There's a heavy contact with Tyler Thompson.
Got one of the crew members looking it over right now.
Looks like Trevor Canal. Trey starts back into the American Rock and Roll Series as well.
He has his last already, you know, as has Thorson. And I think Trey's wrong.
Guys, midfield is the sweet car. Who is assessing the right rear? Everything looks alright. Ladders are packed, wheels up. All good for that sweet.
All fuel in there, having a chat with Colby Coachland. Here's Brad Sweet.
An opportunity for Brett Marks to make a change if he wants to, get that car better.
Boy, has he been fast the last 10 or 15 races.
You also know that one of the best crew chiefs on the planet right now that doesn't get credit for it is Sean Strasbaugh in the V1 team.
100%.
That guy knows his racing.
Sean's been with Tom Booth for a long time, and Tom's on his sprint car for a long time.
But whoever they put in that car is fast.
Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with the race.
Absolutely. Sean's phenomenal. But I think they're right. I think Trey's helmet off. His top coming off. Trey wants to be done. The defending World Cup champion is done. Caleb, also something that you and I talked about that also need to remember here. Points on the line tonight for the 3-Cup Challenge.
That's right.
One of the 3-Cup Challenge. And showing Colby Gilpin down there chatting there. Colby's the one in the blue hoodie on the big screen. He's cool, Doug, if you're in the house with the big screen. But the next round of the 3-Cup Challenge is the Gold Cup Racing Championship at the end of August. And the track will be Tacoma, $200 Speedway in Chico, California. And then the 3-Cup Challenge champion will be crowned at Trophy Cup, a 410 race now. And that'll be able to, you'll be able to watch that live on Flow Racing. That's going to be Halloween weekend in Tulare, California.
Nice watching sprint cars literally knock the walls down at the facility. Tulare Thunderbolt will be the place to do it.
I don't think it's my voice has been tested live event quite like it was tested at
You didn't have that every time.
we did. Jaden said we're doing save a little bit.
Did he come down and show further this stuff for you? I'll do it. It sounds like fun.
Yeah, there's a look for those of you on Flow Racing at the booth. Became a home stride. He picked up his first career national sprint car win a week and a half ago. Shelby County Speedway in Harlan, Iowa. The second place finisher in last year's Dirt Cup is one of those what-if moments for Tanner, because we had that late open red.
Yep, and you remember, he was in control of that race. It was the fuel change on the start car that he changed the hill during the open red. It brought him back to life and got him an advantage after that straightaway restart. Very savvy crew and driver body swap the bill over.
This will be no surprise to Caleb. Our fan fest today from 2 to 4. Driver signing autographs. Who was the last driver to sign an autograph?
General.
Absolutely was.
Not sure.
Not one bit.
Hey guys, I think it's Sean really quickly. Thorson's come in, they've changed the make clocks already. The crew's now looking at where the main hill is, trying to change that fuel flow and trying to diagnose what could be going wrong with Thorson's car. They're putting the panel back on. We'll see where they go from here.
Rick Marble, the car chief on the car. Tanner makes a lot of calls to the incident. The lot of times TV by phone.
Yep. Which is becoming a new thing. You see some guys watching from afar.
69K, they would see that throughout the year. Where Davey is on the phone with Donnie Price and helping make his calls.
That'll do it for time here on the open red. Crews are clearing.
So Trey Starks no right rear shock, and they basically, from what I understand, kind of said not a lot to be gained at that point. Let's roll the car in the trailer for another day. Justin Young was supporting that for you. But we're lucky, JY, you did make debut, but you call a lot of racing with JY here. Oh, the 360s are racing weekend with next week 360s complimentary racing Saturday night at Skagit Speedway. If you're looking for something to do,
We'll be here.
we'll be here. But JY does a phenomenal job.
He'll be up in the booth off the call. We're lucky to have him. Where our are not rolling out on the raceway.
Also, something to remember if you're from the area, July 4th, we are racing at Skagit Speedway. Those are sprint cars and a massive fireworks show. John said, let's go big on the fireworks show. So it's going to be huge. You aren't going to want to miss it.
And I thought we went big last year.
Yeah, you thought the Memorial Day fireworks show was big? Just wait.
Let's get
Just
25.
Yeah, exactly. But we are racing on July 4th. Of course, the highest paying 360 race in the country, right here at Skagit Speedway, taking place July 24 and 25 with Bob's Burger and Brew, Fred Brownfield Memorial Summer Nationals.
Reminder too, you're going to see a lot of these same stars and cars in the Art King Plus 410 Sprint Car Series coming up here, along with high rollers in the Interstate Batteries, high limit racing, the Skagit Nationals. That's coming up the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Labor Day weekend in September. Skagit Nationals on their way. You can pick up tickets early at SkagitSpeedway.com.
Ticket sales pacing ahead of where we were a year ago. We had a monster crowd on Saturday night as I looked through our records in our 5 years of ownership of 26 Promotion. That was the largest crowd we've ever had at Skagit Speedway, was Saturday night of last year's Skagit Nationals.
Let's beat it. Let's throw the challenge out there to the Skagit Speedway fans. Or if you're watching at home at Flow Racing, if you enjoyed these 3 nights of Jim Raper Memorial Third Cup action, come on out and visit us.
It is the most, arguably the most picturesque racetrack in the country. Go out and spend an afternoon in Anacortes or Pecan or on the water.
Oh, heck, drive up Chuckanut,
Drive
see
up
the
Chuckanut
signs.
Drive, exactly. You
And
know,
we can go back out to Mount Baker in a minute.
Dylan Schiebel, who was on our RF camera for Flow Racing, he was telling me on Thursday they drove to the North Cascades National Park, an hour and 20 minutes from here, and said it was gorgeous. So a lot to do within the area. Take the sights in, go whale watching, come out a couple days early, go check out the San Juans. You can see plugging away, those of you watching on Flow Racing, on that 88 at Tanner Thorson. Tanner had control of Interstate Battery Silent Racing points for about a month and a half. I think right now 4 off the top of my head in points.
It's changed. It's changed
man.
a lot. Who's been on a hot streak, right? Rico's been up there. Reitzel has had it. Thorson for a minute or two.
Yeah.
Mark's now really on the come. We've seen that.
We'll be in action the next Friday, Saturday. Tanner's out of the car. I see there's Brady Forbrook if you're watching on Flow Racing on the left. Brady working for Tony Stewart, Curb Magazine Racing, of course, his father, the legendary Guy Forbrook. Brady carving out a nice career. Britt Marble, the Marble name is absolutely legendary in Central Indiana.
They're changing fueling on that car.
Yeah, and Tanner, no surprise to see Tanner is the one out of the car doing work. Tanner works on his own car. He's the crew chief on race nights when he's the one communicating with Stevie a lot. Tanner is very hands-on when it comes to working on and building his race cars.
Mechanical knowledge, Tanner Thorson is, as far as driver goes, is right up there with the best. Very much in a lot of ways like that, Sammy.
Yeah,
in some
very much
regards,
so.
right?
I mean, absolutely.
In the most complimentary way that can be said, right? Because Sammy is one of mine. Tanner shows a lot of that very same. He's independent, likes to do things on his own, likes to figure it out, do something different than the rest of the crowd. He's been fast at doing it.
Just likes to win.
Yeah.
Very much like Sammy is.
Deep desire.
You mentioned in the pair of guys that Got a lot of good luck inside that building in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we call our race Caleb Wyman Slow Racing in January.
They took us to like a...
Next weekend, Interstate Battery Silent Racing in action in Billings, Montana, where the Quince Chase has been, as you mentioned, Caleb, very, very exciting to watch.
Going out for the Race Redeem Foundation race.
I am. I'll be in Montana. The Race Chase TLP is going to be the Race Redeem Foundation race next weekend.
A reminder, you can find out more about the Race Redeem Foundation at raceredeem.org. Red flag conditions, we are still attending to one of our drivers in the front straightaway. For those of you who are watching at home and wondering what's going on.
Max working with the Skagit Speedway safety crew. And you talked about it earlier, Caleb. Our safety crew and our medics, they train year-round here at Skagit Speedway. They constantly training.
Taking every precaution because our drivers say no we can replace any part on any of these cars. We can't replace the talent behind the steering wheels. The warriors who are braving everything and trying to get going. And folks, give a hand for Max Pitry, please. Pitry flip and turn it before then start this process is still with red.
We're very lucky to have one of the best safety crews in the country. Max is in very good hands. A lot of caution there as we saw Max able to walk away.
This level of care that we're providing from our safety team is spearheaded by Gene Matthews. Gene took over as race director as such. Lost Gene a couple of years ago, but the driver's safety was taking over here. Eric is now our medical operations head. Two of them put together this program that lets us deliver better care for our drivers.
You talk about how much the Skagit Speedway team can do here. A lot of them EMTs and medics and such. We had a childbirth in Dirt Cup 2 years ago. In our
A Dirt Cup baby.
Dirt Cup baby. So a lot has happened here at Dirt Cup.
Don't hear a lot of Dirt Cup babies being born.
No.
Conception, different question.
Camping's been very cool this week. It's been fun to see the campers roll in.
He said,
Boy, what a benefit this long open red is going to give force. As they've gone full city changes and repairs on that car, getting back out on the racetrack.
we came back here to go. Down there. Now I'll get we went to the hotel room and like every Tyler, okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I know. Tyler, hopefully it'll be quick, okay?
Well, as we said, Max communicating with our safety team, that is good news. And just taking a lot of precautions here and assessing Max, but he was able to walk away under his own power and chatting with the safety crew and maybe a little bit of pain just just chatting with our safety crew and taking the most precautions.
Yeah.
You mentioned you can never be told.
Testing we report alert and communicating with history. So,
That is good news. We saw him down there chatting with our safety team.
and now it will take a nice 5-mile-an-hour drive down the front straightaway. I mean, after you've seen it at 120 miles an hour, 5 miles